Hello, everyone. Once again, it's nighttime again. Me and my nighttime videos. But a thought pretty much just came into my head. For the simple fact that for a long time, um, it's been a thing for women to be completely independent of a man. You know, it's been going on for a long time. And if you're not careful, it may be easy for especially a young person to fall into that trap of thinking, men are not valuable. I definitely say that men are valuable. Men definitely are a necessity. And let's just say we're not even talking about relationships right now. Let's just say that with all of the dirty jobs, that us women find disgusting and don't want to do, and versus the men who will put, emotions aside and logic and say, okay, I need to work hard for my family. And then they do this job, get it done. If they were to stop doing those jobs all over the world will be in a complete mess. Okay? Regardless of how many times we have heard a woman say, I can do everything that a man can do. A man's body is built for physical labor. There is just certain things that they can do that we absolutely cannot do. Okay? And I will have to say even that, aiding in creating a child is one of them. I feel like men are definitely a set necessity. Even having a male child, taught me a lot about the male species, the men in general, just by the way that he acts. And if I act like this, toward him, this is the way he's going to act. Or if I don't do this, this is what he's going to do. I get kind of sick and tired of, of hearing that, really. Oh, we don't need a man. I think that women sometimes can say that about the wrong guys. Okay? No, you don't need the type of man who's going to drain you emotionally. No, you don't need the type of man who's going to drain you financially. No, you don't need the type of man who's just going to be straight up pathetic, somebody who's not going to, defend you or protect you, provide for you, all those things. It's like when you have a woman who will have a bad experience with a few guys, and it's like a lot of times people can just straight up generalize it. Oh, men are no good in general, or we don't need you. That's not true. I'm sorry. Okay? Because if you have the right kind of man in your life, I really feel like it'll be bliss for you. And the thing about it, and then on top of that, as far as being with the wrong guys, you definitely have to take responsibility for the fact that you chose that guy. You chose the wrong one. And that's not the rest of the world's fault. I think that I'm sorry, but I think that we do need them. For instance, just an example of one time that I had, flipped out at, something that happened up at my son's school. I totally flipped out and was yelling, and, this is a while ago, but just being, sometimes your emotions can get the best of you. Whereas a man who is thinking logically, and thinking without all the emotion, I feel like that is just the perfect, it's the perfect match. Okay? It's the perfect compliment. You know, men compliment us. They do. We compliment them. You know, the whole thing with the feminine, masculine, stuff like that. You know? Whereas a lot of times, a lot of us women are going off emotion in there, and whereas even my son's thinking as a 17-year-old boy, he's very logic. He's thinking about the logic part of it, straight to the point, without all the emotions. You know, and it's like I can honestly say, and I've said this before, when I had kind of snapped up at my son's school one time, had I had somebody next to me saying, "All right, baby, hold it. You know, you getting a little too." You're getting a little too loud. Look, just let me handle it. This is the way we're gonna handle it. I definitely probably would have calmed down. Definitely would have calmed down. Not even probably. I would have calmed down. You know, and I feel like that's what I feel like that's a man's that's a lot of times what their contribution is. Logic thinking. I think their contribution is the strength, the physical strength they have in their bodies. That even something that's him being taller than you. Okay? Me being a weaker vessel. And I don't care what any woman, any feminists say, you know, biologically we are weaker. I remember I was at Walmart yesterday shopping for for some spaghetti or something like that, and I couldn't reach something. And whenever I can't reach something on the top shelf, it's always a dude that comes along and gets it for me. It's never a female, you know, who's a little bit taller. It's always the guys, and they're happy to do that for you. Okay? I think that's something that people need to think about. I think that when you are a woman and you say that we don't need men, no. I think that that person who said that pretty much just needs to self-analyze, analyze that life, and I mean analyze your life, thinking about what you're saying. Okay? We definitely need them. Plain and simple.